in a different place today, aren't we, mate?
Where are we, Molzo?
Well, I thought it was pretty plain. This is Jono's studio.
This is the studio where we do all the drum covers.
Yeah. You want to tell everyone why we're here?
Yep. So, we are today going to go through my studio really quickly, where I've been working doing the drum covers. And then straight after we go through how the setup in this room looks like, we're going to shoot over to Molzo's studio and have a look at his setup. We're just giving you a really cool quick rundown of signal path from what we're using in the room, to the mics through to the
interface, computer,
all that fun stuff.
Monitors. Yeah. Now, now, why are we doing this? We can't really tell them, but...
Well, why are we doing this, Molzo?
There's a big secret. We have a surprise. It's coming.
We can't tell you.
We're not going to tell you what it is.
What's the secret? Tell them. Tell them what the secret is.
What? No.
No. We're going to show you all our gear for something special that will happen
next week.
You
have to watch next week.
You have to watch next week, okay? You know, building up suspense, keeping people watching.
Suspense. Do.
I'll find something stupid to stick in there.
Sunshine, lollipops, and...
Okay, let's go. All right, so start with
our
acoustics in the room. What have you done to this space?
So, as you can see around in this camera field view, I guess already, we've got some acoustic foam around the back of the computer here and behind me. We've got it down that side of the wall as well. And then the rest of the room, we're just hanging black curtains. So the only treatment that we've done is one wall here behind us and partial of this wall, that basically where the drum kit lies in.
It's sort of 2/3 of the walls are covered in this room.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which gets us the sound that we were looking for, and it's kind of what we had at the time that worked, and we're like, yeah, that works, so we didn't go any further. So we've got 2/3 of the wall, nothing on the roof. The roof's just gyprock.
This is so much deader than my studio.
Yeah.
This is a good place to record at the moment.
Well, it's good for drums and different things. So, anyways, that's what we've got going on here. To get the sound into the computer, I guess.
Yeah, we're running the DW.
DW kit.
That goes into the mics, which we talked about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What happens after we have all the mics? Where do the cables go?
So the cables are down to the floor, mostly neatly rolled or run.
We're not running a multi-core in here.
No,
it's just direct.
Just direct. And then it comes up behind the desk and into my interface, which is down here. So...
What's the interface?
My interface is a Tascam US 16 by 8. Reason I like the Tascam stuff is when I was, first hearing a bunch of different interfaces and that, I think it was the DM4000 or something with those big consoles that Tascam had.
Yeah.
I recorded my drum kit at someone else's studio through one of them, and I went, the Tascam preamps are unreal.
Yeah, they sound good. And what's the second best thing about Tascam other than the preamps? They're cheap.
They're very cheap, but they have the knobs on the front.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you had to get... I was waiting for it at my studio. My interface doesn't have dials.
It has one.
Yeah,
it does. One does all.
We'll talk about that over there, all right?
Yeah, but my one...
The Tascams are very affordable.
Very affordable.
That's what I was running before my setup.
Yeah. I think now, roughly, they've gone up a little bit with the way the dollar is and all that.
Yeah.
But I think they're still between $500 and $600.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're getting eight mic pre's, 2 line-ins which have attenuation on them, and then you've got another 6 at the back, which are just lines, which you can put your own mic pre's on or anything like that. So you could get like an ADAT adapter with 8 mic pre's and line out into them.
8 out?
It's got 8 out as well.
Yeah.
So you've got so much versatility with it. I'm running it in the studio. There's 0 latency. I'm running from that into my iMac.
Okay, tell us about your iMac.
My iMac is the... ...2016 5K Retina display jobby thingy.
Yep.
It's got an i5 processor.
Good.
Quad core. It's got 16 gig of RAM. It's got the 2 terabyte Fusion drive in it, and then we're running a bunch of little drives underneath. That's just one of them there. Another 2 terabytes. So we're running roughly on this computer 6 terabyte of storage.
Yep. And that's more than enough
for
audio.
Audio, it's fine.
Yeah,
like we need more video for more storage for video, but for what I'm doing in projects.
I'm talking processing power.
Processing.
Audio.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm running as well Logic Pro
That's
as
what
my
I'm saying,
DAW.
program. Yep.
There's heaps of different ones. I was running Pro Tools as well.
I was gonna say, what have you used and why do you like Logic better?
Okay, so running Pro Tools. I was using Pro Tools and Logic as my main interface or DAWs on this computer. Just with the latest update with Catalina, my version of Pro Tools was at 12.7. I haven't gone beyond that. Had problems, so I haven't been able to use it. We're using it in your studio at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've gone back to using just primarily Logic, and the reason I like it is it's very logical. No, it's honestly it's something I've had Logic since it was Logic Pro 7, and it's just something I've been used to using.
The interface is just fantastic.
It
Far
is.
as like it doing what you expect when you click things, it just all makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's so many good ones out there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just like this one. So I've used Cubase. Cubase is another really good one. Reaper, really cool. Studio One for 5 minutes.
We'll talk about that later.
But yeah, my favorite one is definitely Logic.
So out of the computer then,
Yep.
what are you running for monitoring?
So
Do you run headphones?
Yes. So we're running, there's headphones, as you've seen with the drum covers, I run in-ears.
Yep.
And then I've got to split out to this little thing.
Some wireless gear?
Wireless in-ears for Molzo, so when he's filming, he knows where I'm at, and if he thinks I don't do a good job, he says, stop.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't happen very often.
No. But it's just so that, you can get the hits, and when you're moving the camera, it's all really cool.
That's right.
But anyways, yeah, so we've got monitoring for me, monitoring for you.
Yeah.
There's zero latency, so as I'm playing the drum kit, I actually have my process sound that when you hear it running back through to my headphones. So when I'm playing, I've got a mix of the track and the drum kit. It sounds fantastic.
Sort of like what you would do for a gig normally.
Yeah, that's it.
And
So
then
out of there,
monitors?
coming out of the interface, it only has balanced jack out, but so I'm using balanced jack into XLR. I'm running into a Yamaha HS8S. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the sub. I'm running into the Yamaha HS8S sub.
Yes.
And then out of there into the Behringer Truth 1030s.
Yep.
1030As.
Yeah.
I've had them for a long time. And originally I was testing monitors where you can have your compression driver, so your tweeters and your sub driver on them. I tried the horn and the compression driver in the 8s and the 7s, and then these are 5.5 inch. And when I was trying them in the store, I really liked the sound of the compression driver, the 5s, and a sub versus just having your top boxes with a 7 or 8. So that's why I've gone that configuration for doing drum kit stuff.
You've had these Behringers forever. We were talking about this the other day, like why you haven't upgraded up to this point is realistically because you know the sound of these so well.
Yeah.
Like mixing on these is just so
much
straightforward.
easier.
You know?
I mean, look, coming up for future, not so far in the future, I am looking to upgrade, and I've been, as we know, we've been doing quite a bit of research into, not on camera obviously, but just in ourselves.
Yeah, when we head over to mine, I've started using the HS7s.
That's right. Don't tell them too much.
I'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
But that got us talking about whether to upgrade these or not, and we haven't done anything yet because we want to learn the sound of whatever monitors we're using.
That's it. And before, even I'm not going to let these die and then buy a new set. I'll have these ones. I'm going to upgrade to a new set and learn their sound and then...
And use them as a reference.
Yeah. And that was another thing. The owners of Buzz Music here in Cairns, Kirk, he's a very good sound engineer. He's done it forever. And the one thing he suggested to us as well is have different sets of monitors so we can reference and get the sound against each one of them, which is what you're going to hear at TVs, iPhones and computers and all that. So what a great bit of, handy information to know about recording.
Yeah, so we're not going to run the same setup that I have at my place here and in other places. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
Because whenever I do something, I send it to Molzo. Molzo go,
and then I can
maybe this, or I go over to his studio and I go, oh man, I don't like that, and then you can make adjustments, and it's really handy to make sure your sound is as good as possible before you're sending it out. All right.
Well, how about
that's my studio.
Let's go for a walk, and we will look at my house.
Sounds good.
See you soon. We're almost at my house. It's nice being close, eh?
Yes.
Makes it easy.
We can walk. There's no car trips. We're getting fit.
We're back.
Yep, good to go. We did our little walk from there to here.
We did.
Yeah,
It was quick.
it was quick. You know, we're just quick fellas.
Quick.
That's it. All right, here we go.
All right, so
Let's go through my
this is your studio.
Yes.
All right. Now tell us about the room before we start.
So, first of all, a couple of structural things.
Yep.
It's an extra foot, 30 centimeters
Higher.
higher ceilings than
Yep.
Jono. We don't have a door on this room.
Yep.
It opens straight into a hallway, so we're dealing with a whole lot more reverb from the house as well.
Yeah.
And I don't have the same amount of audio treatment. So in this space, I've got those blue panels that you'll see in the background of all of our videos. They're about 1.30 meters
Yep.
tall, and that's just the same pink back acoustics that you'd have in your wall.
Yeah. And then you've got a grey sheet or something above it, just to dress the room a little bit.
That's right.
And that's blocking out a glass door.
Yes. Yeah. So this is not an ideal shooting location, but it's what we got at the moment.
Yeah, it works for the moment.
Yeah.
So, other than that, next process of when we're filming our vlogs and all that, what's the mics and all that?
Oh, last thing for the room.
Oh, sorry.
It's tiles on the floor.
Tiles on the floor.
So I put down carpet.
Carpet.
That was the other thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a bit of a rug under the kit and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
but the whole room isn't carpeted. Half the room is.
Yeah,
right?
half the room
Yeah.
has carpet underneath
Yeah.
it. Moving on
Mics.
from there, mics we've talked about in all our other videos.
Yeah.
I'm basically running the same stuff as Jono,
Yeah.
basically.
For your drum kits,
Yeah.
but what do we use it for like this?
For this, most of the time we use the M3 by Rode.
Rode, yep.
And if we're using this on the kit, then we
Yep.
swap over to a Rode NTA1.
Yep.
1A?
NT1A.
1A.
Yep.
The issue with the 1A in here, though, is that it picks up so much room noise. So we definitely prefer the M3.
Yep.
We are starting to play with some different video mics and
Yep.
shotgun mics, but we'll talk about them another time.
Yeah.
So we come out of all the recording stuff, the drum kits, whatever.
What do we got over here?
We have the Roland Studio Capture.
What is this one? Talk us through
So
this.
12 preamp XLRs.
Yep.
Yeah, and then 4 lines, so 16 total.
Yep.
It has auto gain on all the channels, which I've found is close. It's not perfect for kit,
But it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
Yep.
So I can not EQ. I can gain an entire kit of mics all at once.
One button.
And then I bounce them up all by about 2 dB. That sort of gets us to the right spot. It's also got built-in effects, so you don't necessarily have to worry about processing from your DAW. You can have reverb and effects on each of the channels individually from the box, which
Yeah.
is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Especially for live circumstances where you're recording those performances. That's good.
Yeah.
So I really rate this. It's awesome. Jono, we talked about before. What's your one problem with my capture device?
The one thing, like, aside from it, the one button gaining everything
Yes.
being really, really cool.
It doesn't have knobs.
I like having individual knobs on each of the channels. That's
Yeah.
just me, though.
Yeah,
but-
so you can select a channel just like you would on a digital mixer, and then you have the full effects that you can put on that. So
Yeah.
gain, everything.
That's what's
yeah.
cool about this.
Yeah.
You can use it as an interface, a small digital mixer that you put in your backpack and go and do a recording.
That's
and
right.
It's got EQ and compression and stuff on it, just as is.
There aren't many 16-channel recording interfaces this small.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
They're
So,
compact, beautiful.
yep.
What are we going into?
We run out of this to my PC. We might talk about that last. But the output for this is my 2 studio monitors.
Studio monitors.
Running the HS7s by Yamaha. They're great.
Fantastic.
Just super flat.
Yeah.
A really good reference.
And
off
especially
the other
for
set.
what we're doing right
Yeah.
now. Talking and that, they're like, you can put drums to it like we've done and everything as well. But just for vocals and that, they're a
Yeah.
wonderful vocal reference monitor.
That's right.
Even more so than my setup.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the one thing I would do if I was going to be doing all the kit mixing here, I'd add in a sub.
yeah.
But I mean, for where we are at the moment, this is perfect. I also check all of our video content for audio on 2 sets of headphones. I have the Sennheiser GSP 300s and a set of Bose QC35s that are a good headphone just as a reference, something else to listen to. But that's my monitoring. Pretty straightforward. Let's talk about the big bit, the computer.
The computer. This is a beast, this thing.
Yeah.
You built it, didn't you?
Yeah. So I considered Apple.
Yep.
Then I priced out what I would actually need for video editing, and I had a small heart attack and decided, okay, I'm
Their
going
prices.
go on Windows, gonna build it myself. So basically, I aimed for the Mac Pro specs on a Windows PC, and it came out about 2.5 grand over in Australia. So different pricing elsewhere, but
we can make the only reason I'm using Mac in my studio is because I like Logic Pro,
yeah.
which is not cross compatible.
Right.
Whereas everything you're doing and with the video side of thing, it is cross compatible. So the good thing about it is if you want something that's really, really powerful and you don't have the biggest budget in the world, you can build something super powerful that will outspec or be as good as for video as having an Apple machine still have all the programs at your hand.
Now I'll put up my hand. I'm a Logic lover as well. Yeah. I've been on there since I was like 13 years old, back in Logic 6 days.
6. You had it one version before me.
I did. We started about the same time, mate. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's just so easy to use.
Yeah.
We have tried a couple of different DAW programs in here to varying degrees of success.
Yeah.
So I used Studio One for about a year and a half, 2 years, got the pro version, and we... Okay, I'm not going to say we. I'm going to say I really liked it up until maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. We found that they have some issues with the export and then passing it over to another platform. So if we took
only in WAV.
Yeah. If we took the WAV files from Studio One and then wanted to mix them in Logic, it changes the hertz rate.
It does
everything. Something, yeah.
But it did the same thing into Pro Tools on your computer.
It made the file go 9% faster than it actually was recorded.
Yeah. There's a couple of covers actually that we had to. The things we had to do to make that work until we figured it out.
As much as I love Studio One and I own the full version, I've backed away from that for our type of stuff. I still write the music in Studio One.
Yeah.
Because like their plugins and stuff are great. I'm now running Pro Tools on here. I find Pro Tools a little bit frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Compared to Logic.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Very frustrating.
But I have bit the bullet and I've learnt to use Pro Tools properly again.
But the only reason we're doing that is one, because I'm stuck with Logic, or I prefer Logic.
Yeah.
And you've been accommodating in that way, and learning Pro Tools just means that we can still communicate between both studios.
And we still need to record here sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the entire Frankenkit video was up to 8 or 9 mics at a time.
Yeah.
And we had to multi-track here.
Yeah.
So we have to run something.
That is cross-compatible.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that works for us at the moment.
Pro Tools is ticking the box. It's probably not where I'm going to stay though.
Nah.
Yeah. Eventually, I'd like a laptop that runs Logic next to this machine.
Yeah.
So let's go through some of the specs. At the moment, I'm running the latest i7. I've got 32 gig of RAM. I'm running a GTX 1060 graphics card. Storage-wise, we've got 6 terabytes of storage on the PC.
In the computer.
Yeah, and that's M.2 for operating system. That's 2 terabytes as our main edit drive, and then
is that SSD?
SSD.
Yep.
And then we've got a 3 terabyte spinner for archive footage. With all that space though, we're still having issues. So
how much cloud space have we got as well?
Yeah, I'm running 2 gig cloud space on top of that.
2 terabyte.
Sorry, that 2 terabyte cloud space, and that's basically backing up anything that's live and being edited at the moment.
Yeah.
I really love the monitor that I've got. It's an ultra wide. The next step as far as that goes is I'll probably add a 4K monitor to go with this for our video editing as we move to 4K down the track as well.
Yep.
But I mean, this is ticking a lot of the boxes.
Yeah.
If we had an i9 in here, just because that's only recently come out.
So for those that don't know what an i9 is?
i9 is the CPU. It's the processing that is going to render our videos.
Just makes all of our work a lot quicker, that's all.
Yeah. As far as where the bottleneck is for this system at the moment, it's the CPU, the processing unit. So
everything else is great.
Yeah.
But, when we say the bottleneck, it's the bottleneck of how quick we want it to be, right?
That's right.
It's still doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, So to render this vlog would normally take 9 minutes.
With an i9 we're looking at?
Oh, less.
8 minutes and 55 seconds.
No, it should probably chop it in half, I think. For video stuff. If we're sitting at HD, if we go higher quality, other issues, but...
I'm going to buy you an i3 processor.
An i3.
It'll render next week.
I'll definitely swap that out straight away.
Nah, beautiful. But that's your setup.
Yeah, this is it. I'm really happy with how everything's sounding and looking at the moment. It works and complements Jono Studio really well.
Yep.
You're just going to have to wait and see what we do with this stuff now and the changes we make to this room and the other room and everything that happens.
Yep.
Next week.
Maybe.
That's it. Wouldn't be maybe.
No,
I thought we were going to make another video. Next week.
No, it's next week. It's next week.
We'll see you
We'll
then.
see you then. Have a good
Bye.
one.